The outcome of the conversation would decide actively the fate of many million residents of the kingdom. Not just figuratively, literally. Life and death depend on this discourse. Therefore, this discourse has so much potency. Arjun is the real life student, not the ideal disciple. Therefore, Krishna's persuasion has the cutting edge mastery. That's what happened with Arjuna as well. So the Bhagavad Gita is such a real and captivating story.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Rita Kumari, of second year BTech student. Sir, you have taken so many seminars and sessions. So, sir, my question is that what would you love the art of public speaking? How do you love the art of public speaking?
I do not think about public speaking. When you are in front of me, I'm speaking to you. And my effort is to communicate what needs to be communicated. The manner, the style, the words, the language, the metaphors all follow. The intention is supreme. The intention is that if I'm talking to you, I must be looking into your eyes and be gauging all the time whether you are really benefiting. That's the only thing I care about. All else, where do the stories come from? Where do the examples come from? Where does the particular manner of speech come from? All that comes from the intent to help. Equally, if the intent were to be polluted, if I were looking to impress an audience or whatever, then everything would be distorted or diluted. Public speaking is not about speaking in a way that impresses an audience. When you speak, the intention must be to benefit the audience by presenting the truth. And if that intention is right, everything else falls in place. Trying to impress someone, think of it, is a bit like violence. I have come to you so that I deliver an imprint on your consciousness. Is that not very self-centered of me? I want that when you walk out after the session, you should be carrying my memory and an impression of my superiority. Is that not violent? But unfortunately, that's what most of this public speaking thing has come to be. Impress your audience. Speak in a way that leaves them speechless. The real speaker speaks to give voice to his audience, not to leave them speechless. Today you have so many people, they say we'll teach you the art of public speaking or the art of conversation. And in all that, what is it that they want to teach? How to confidently throw garbage at an audience and mesmerize them. Be confident and just keep speaking even if you have no substance, no content at all. You have to look confident. No. You don't have to look confident. You have to be honest. If you don't know, then ask. If you must listen, then keep your trap shut if needed for hours altogether and just listen. Public speaking is not a vocation. Public speaking is not an art. Public speaking is an expression of your truth and your love. I reiterate, if you go to an audience to impress them, that's violence. You have to go to an audience to uplift them. And never try to throw jargon or vocabulary at people. Even if you know a bigger word, a heavier word, which is more accurate yet archaic, try to find a simpler substitute. Even if that substitute is a bit approximate, not fully accurate, yet use a word that your audience will be able to relate to and understand. Your job, I repeat, is not to leave them spellbound. Your job is to pull them out of the spells they are already caged in. Are you getting it? When the word pain can suffice, why say angst? Yeah, it sounds cool. Don't do that. And it's a practice that you often pick up in college. And it's a habit that gets reinforced because of feedback from deluded people. If they could not understand what you said, they'll said that you spoke brilliantly. So you take that as a habit. Let me use words and phrases and metaphors and idioms that nobody knows of. And then they will get impressed. And when they get impressed, my ego feels elevated. Your job in front of an audience is not to burnish your own ego. When you are with a set of people, your job is to help them understand something, be better. It's a very cheap kind of admiration that you get by bombarding people with incomprehensible stuff. And they will admire you because they too are quite deluded and listless. Especially in India, that happens. That's our Sanskritic upbringing. You understand that? Nobody knows Sanskrit. But the moment you throw Sanskrit at someone, they immediately bow down with folded hands. And that has become a deeply rooted habit now. From Sanskrit, that has moved to English. Sanskrit you could not understand, so you surrendered. Now English too, when you cannot understand, you tend to surrender. Don't do that. Instead, if you find that someone is not able to understand even a simple word, try to break it down. Always keep looking into your people's eyes. See whether there is any real connection at all. You get the right to be satisfied when you have uplifted your audience. That's when you can allow yourself to feel satisfied. Instead, if you have just impressed them, then you have just made them feel a little more inferior, have you not? And most people, especially in India, already suffer from a sense of inferiority, especially when it comes to the languages. By languages, I mean languages like Sanskrit and English and other exotic languages. And then you throw this and that upon them, and then they say, this entire lecture has convinced us even more that we are worthless. If this has been the net impact of your engagement with them, then this engagement was surely toxic, or was it not? Even if you can speak very fluently, check your pace. It's not about displaying how fluent you are with your language. If you are holding a kid by the finger, do you walk too fast, or do you try to run, or do you keep in mind the kid's limitations? Then why try to be so fluent and so pacey? "150 words a minute the chap is delivering. And the audience is absolutely flabbergasted. Because he's using words like flabbergasted. At the rate of 150, that almost feels like a car going at 150. And the audience is saying, wow. Even if you can move fast, slow down. Even if you can be complex, even if authenticity to an extent demands complexity, still be simple even at the cost of diluting your content. Give them examples they can relate to, not examples that are so high-flying that they just can have no connection. Stand for them. Speak to them. Don't speak at them. When you speak at them, then you are throwing words at a target. There's the target, and the target is their mind, and I'm throwing words to, nail their mind down. More and more I'm seeing this tendency always existed, even in my times, but it's becoming more widespread and more deep-rooted now. To dress, to walk, to act, to live, and to speak in a way that impresses others. Don't do that. Sometimes you may even have to compromise on pronunciation. That's okay. You don't have to be exact. There are so many words that English borrows from, let's say, French or Greek or Latin. Especially the words from French. If you pronounce them accurately to an Indian, he won't know what to make of it. Because in India, we are used to the phonological way. What's that way? We write exactly as it is heard. That's not how Western languages operate, especially French. Not at all that way. So it's all right to not to pronounce it exactly accurately. Your chief concern is not linguistic accuracy. Your chief concern is internal comprehension.
So what about criticism?
Criticism is just engagement. Criticism is engagement. No? If they are saying something and that exposes another dimension of the issue at hand or questions one of your conclusions, that is good. Why label it as criticism in particular? It is engagement. Anything done to uncover the truth must be welcomed. You have said something, and if somebody from the audience is saying something that makes you or challenges you to explore deeper into your content, one should welcome that. On the other hand, if that fellow is just being egoistic or is trying to score a nasty point, let him be. Why care about him?
Thank you, sir.